Hello everyone, it's Marie here from Pepperly Rose Paper Crafting. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I'd like to thank everyone that watches my channel. I really appreciate it. Those that leave a nice encouraging comments, I read every single one of them and I do appreciate them a lot. So thank you all so much for your kindness, your support, your likes, your subscriptions. I don't take that for granted. So thank you very much. Today I'm going to be making a card, and it's with the Corner Bouquet stamp set. This is like a silhouette kind of a stamp set, and this is a free celebration stamp set. So what that means is you have to spend $90 or more before shipping in order to pick this stamp set for free if you wish to pick it. And you can buy from anything from the current mini catalogue and annual catalogue. So you can pick items up to $90 worth or more, and then you can pick one of these stamp sets for free if you wish. So this is a freebie. So this is actually quite a beautiful stamp set. I haven't used it yet. I haven't inked it up, but I will today. So we're going to use that one and the Brick and Mortar 3D embossing folder. I'm in love with this folder at the moment. So I'm going to go with the bricks because I quite like it. So in order to make this card, I'm going to use some Pool Party cardstock. Now this is a card base I had previously made for another project, and then I changed my mind. So I like to use up what I have, scraps wise, and also with my equipment too. I like to take advantage of everything that I have, because I'm not going to be buying a lot of stuff from now on. I'll only be buying what I need and use, and I'll try and maximize my money, really. So I'm using Pool Party. This is basically half an A4 cardstock lengthwise, so I'll just bring that out. So I cut it this way, and then I scored it this way, and makes like a tent fold card, so it looks like that. And then I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock. Cut off a little bit more around the border. It's up to you what you want to use. I'm not going to give specific measurements because the majority of my viewers are actually from the US and Canada. So use whatever dimensions you want to use for your front panel here. So we'll be working with that one a lot at the moment. The first thing I'm going to do with that is I'm going to do a little bit of inking, just some subtle inking around here with the Pool Party ink. So I'm going to grab my mat here, my craft mat, and I'm going to use a makeup brush, blending brush. So I'm just going to take that off. I've had these for several years, and they're great. They last a long time, and I just wipe off as I go along. So it's easy. I'm not going to keep buying a lot of brushes if I don't need them. That's how I roll. So I'll put my finger in there. So what I'll grab now is some ink. I'm going to kind of tap off, and I'll just go subtle because I don't want a large amount of ink on this, so I'll just build it up as I see fit. And this will be around the corner here, and I do want to have some white space around like there. So I'll just keep blending that and building that up. Okay, and I think that that's enough. That's what I want. And that's it with the ink blending. Very simple. Now this card can be used for any occasion, and I'm going to revisit a technique that I have not used in a very long time. And that is using my markers, my Stampin' Right markers. So I'm just going to clean this off very quickly. I like to clean as I go, otherwise I end up with a huge mess, and it makes working very difficult. So with this, I'm going to put it in my Stamparatus, and having the Stamparatus for this technique is very handy. I'll take away the foam. I'll put that up here, and I'm going to use a magnet just to keep it in place. I'm going to grab my stamp, and it's quite a large stamp. So this goes on the corner, so that's exactly where I'm putting it, right on the corner here. and some of that will hang off, and that's okay, like so. So I'm going to put that now on the lid of my Stamparatus, and I'm going to grab some inks, and I've got a tin here full of markers. So what I'm going to use markers wise is I'm going to use what's this one? Old Olive. No, I want Pear Pizzazz, so I want it to be a little bit lighter. So I'll just fumble through here and I'll pick out the colours and then I'll come back to you. So the colours that I've decided to use for this is Pear Pizzazz. What's this marker here? I'm going to use Poppy Parade, Floaty Flamingo, Mango Melody, and Crushed Curry. So to start off with, I'm going to use the brush tip end, and I'm going to colour in the stalks here, stems, with the marker. So you go straight to the marker and you just colour it in as if you're colouring in an image. So it's nice and handy. Love this. And as a tip as well, use the flat part of your marker. So use it like this way as much as you can, so that you don't make the tip get a little frazzled. So I'm just colouring that all in. If you're hearing any noise in the background, I've got my fan going at the moment. I'm in my kids' room. We don't have aircon in this room, so we've got a little Dyson fan in here because it's a nice quiet fan. It's not overly noisy, so if you're hearing that noise, that's what it is. I'll just keep colouring that in. I'm not sure if I've coloured everything correctly, but I'll do the best I can. And that's how I'm doing that. So it tends to get drying because I've got the fan going as well. This will dry off very quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the lid and I'm going to huff on it. So that re-moistens the ink. And then I'm just going to stamp over it. And the beauty about having it in the Stamparatus is that once you've put on the stamping there, you can go back and add more colour if you wish. So I'll leave it at that for the time being, and now I'm just going to colour in the flowers. So I'll just clean off the stamp. We can always come back. I'm going to dry it off a little bit with microfiber cloth, and then I'm going to start adding some colour to my images, and I'm just going to spot it on, so because I want the colours to be a little bit multi-coloured. So like that and like that. I'll re-moisten that. And then I'll stamp. Okay, that turned out okay. And then I'm going to add some other colours. I'm going to use Mango Melody. I'll use the brush tip again. And just colour as you see fit, you know, use whatever colour combination you want. There's no right or wrong. Seriously, just enjoy the process, you know, and no one's perfect in their crafting. even people that are experienced go through periods of, you know, not being sure about ourselves, and sorry, I'll huff on that at the same time as I'm talking. And you know, no one's perfect, so just enjoy the process. You don't have to have the latest and greatest. If you don't have this stamp set, you can always use a similar one in your stash and apply the same technique where you're putting a marker to your stamp. And see that? How beautiful is that? It looks really nice and you know, watercolored, and I really like that. So I'm just going to color in now in red. Whoops, wrong part. Just colour that in a little and colour the middles. That's always fun. Oops. Doesn't have to be perfect at all. So just tough on that. Provides nice moisture. You can do this with a block as well, but this is a good way of adding colour without contaminating your markers and things. Isn't that beautiful? I'll just bring it up closer so you can have a look. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. Okay, so I'll keep colouring in, and I'll use some pink now. I'll use some pink. I'll use some Flirty Flamingo, and I'll colour these images here. So down here, there's a few spots. And you can add a bit of pink too, why not? Re-moisten again, and I'll go down. And I'll just recolor those images again and make them really pink. Really press down. That's just gorgeous. I just love that. So nice. I'm going to also colour these little bits here. So I'm going to use Mango Melody for that, right on. Go over the top. And now I'm just going to add some more green, my Pear Pizzazz. All these areas I've coloured that I didn't want to colour. Do it again. So I keep colouring this. going to huff on this again. And I'm going to add some more crushed curry just on the big flowers. Make sure there's, so you just do it to a, you know, a stage where you're very happy with it, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day, and you think it looks good. Okay, so there's no right or wrong, just letting you know. Just enjoy the process, and don't seek perfection, because there was a YouTuber that I follow, and she's really lovely, and she was quite upset that, you know, there's perfect cards, but and having the latest and the greatest and all that sort of stuff. But you don't need to. You can improvise, and you can, you know, innovate your own creations and make them completely unique. You don't have to make this like me. You don't have to use the same colours. You can change this up and use what you have. Even if you've got, say for example, your kids' textures, use them. There's no problems. I think that that is great the way it is. So I'm just going to get rid of that now. And there's like little individual flowers there. So I'm going to pick up that flower stamp, and I'm going to stamp a couple of them around, and I will be using my Stamparatus to do this. So I'm just going to put some, you know, just some floating in the air as if they've flown off. So I'll just use a bit of Mango Melody for that. Go over the top. And then I'm going to use a little bit of Poppy Parade over the top of that. So it looks like it's really sweet. See that? Isn't that cute? So I'll do that again. I'll stamp these 3 times. So I'm just going to move it around on my Stamparatus, because I feel that that makes it a lot easier. So I'll do one here, and then I'm going to do one up there. Sticking to my finger. Alright, so do that again. So I'm going to use pink. Re-moisten that. That will do. And then last one up here. Put that quite away. And I'll use Mango Melody again. Actually, I will use, yeah, Mango Melody. And I'll use this. There we go. So that is all done now. So I'll put my stamp back in its spot. And we're finished with the Stamparatus. So here's a close-up. It looks really beautiful. I love that a lot. So I'm just going to bring back everything. We're done with this Stamparatus now. So I'll pop that away for now. And I'll pop all of my markers, put them away. Haven't used them in a long time, so bring out your markers and have fun with the possibilities. You'll enjoy it. Alright, so what I will do now is I'll grab my 3D Brick and Mortar embossing folder, and I'm going to have the bricks running across that way. And I'm going to put the card in here, and I'm going to emboss the whole thing with the Brick and Mortar embossing folder. And I'll just grab my die cutting machine. And I'll grab my number 4 and my number 1 plate. So that's number 4. Because it's the Stampin' Up 3D embossing folder. You can use also the number 4 plate with your other machines as well. If you have like a Big Shot or some other machine, you use the number 4 if you want to use the 3D embossing folders only. Okay, so I'm going to run that through now my machine. And that's it. So it's a very simple card, but I think a little bit wow as well, because you have beautiful colours and you have a nice texture, so you don't have to go through a lot of trouble with a ton of embellishments as well, because I like to keep my designs simple. I don't like to add a lot of ribbons and things. I like a bit of twine, and that's about it. I keep mine very, very simple. So I'm just going to now pop this on here, and I'll grab some glue and I'll stick it down. And at a later date, what I tend to do is make cards with no sentiments, and I have them ready to go for whatever occasion I see fit. So this will make a great thank you card, or, you know, thinking of you card, or, you know, whatever occasion you want to. This is highly versatile. And I was thinking in the future, I can always add, I like adding like a sentiment that looks like a label, like a labeler one. So you can add thank you, you can add happy birthday, you can even add an extra little, like a butterfly or something, anything. But that's how this card looks now with the 3D Brick and Mortar embossing folder. I absolutely love the way that turned out. I'm leaving the inside blank. I can easily write on this because it's a light colour, but you can also add a piece of white cardstock inside, and you can decorate the bottom there with this. So it's a beautiful stamp set. I like it with colour, but you can use it as a silhouette image, and I think it turned out absolutely beautiful. I hope you like it. It's a nice, happy, sort of a summery, springy kind of card, and you can use this to brighten anyone's day. So these are available now. This is whilst supplies last, so you've got till the 28th of February if you want to pick up this stamp set. And this is a free celebration item called Corner Bouquet. All of these are available in my online store at pepplyrosepapercrafting.stampinup.net here in Australia. If you want to pick this up in the other overseas markets, you'll have to go through to your local demonstrator there. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye.